Good morning, Kentucky. It's Bob. We're back in Bob and Terry's backyard in our happy place. And spring 2026, we're so happy and we're ready. As the Tom Petty song says, waiting is the hardest part. And that is the hardest part if you're a gardener because you always want to get ahead of the game. And usually your plants pay for it. But this year, uh, or last year, we were the Garden Oasis, and we had a garden tour here with our town, and it was very popular, and I think we did pretty good at it. And this year, we're kind of concentrating on you, the gardener, and it's called Grow as You Go. And what we want to do is start from the very beginning, um, what it takes to grow a garden. And it doesn't matter if you grow it in a flower pot or a grow bag or a box or a trough or a barrel. A little bitty garden over there, it's got a cover on it. Um, it doesn't matter. Size does not matter. It's whatever time you have, and that's how you get started. Don't start big. Don't start rototilling and all that. Um, there's a lot easier ways to go about it, and we want to start. We want to start from the very beginning. My sister in the Carolinas said, I want to start a vegetable garden. Where do I start? Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to start from the very beginning. Um, what soil you need, what kind of container you're going to have, what kind of vegetables you want to grow, what time they need to go in. There's a whole different learning curve when it comes to seeds and plants. You got to think like them and not like, well, I got a weekend to put all my plants out, whether it's time or not, and then wonder why it doesn't work. So we're going to we're going to we're going to work on that. We want you to become a gardener. We want you to grow your own vegetables. Um, there's nothing like it. Um, we're over the top here, but for you to just grow a few vegetables that taste so much better than anything you can buy in the grocery store. And they're inexpensive and um, they're great for your mental health, your physical health. Um, we just want you to grow a garden. And so we're going to start at the beginning and I'm going to I'm going to go around and show you different containers you can start your garden in, and then we'll go from there. And we want to walk you right through this whole season, and hopefully you have a great, successful garden. And we're really looking forward to it. And we've already got a good start on ours, but and we'll go over that too. But um, welcome again. Hope you if you enjoy the video, subscribe and follow us through the whole. We have new ways. We're kind of up on vertical and companion planning and all that kind of stuff. So um, stay with us and hopefully we'll get you started and turn your thumb green. From there, we'll say later. Later. Hey, it's Bob. He's back. And there's Max, starting the video year off right. Um, our first choice, the smallest naturally, is a regular old pot, or you can go up to a grow bag. Now these grow bags have strawberries from the fall, and this one has potatoes from leftover from last year. Um, I just want to show you our cabbage that made it through the whole winter with all the cold weather. So it might do something. All right, then you got your choice. Any size square. We have every kind of square in the world here. Um, but you can it's whatever you have available, whether it's lumber or whether it's rocks or whether it's brick. It really doesn't matter. You can do it in a farm trough. You know, this was a Valentine's Day present a couple years ago for my wife, if that's not weird. But she does all her wildflowers and flowers in that. And and then you got a barrel. We're the bourbon capital of the world, so um, you know, barrels are pretty plentiful around here. Uh, there's underneath my arch there is a galvanized wash tub, I guess I call it, and you know, it's bigger and it works better, and you can put a lot more things in it. Um, so we'll end up with something in there. I think it's got flowers in it right now, and or you can do something like this, which, you know, you don't have to put strawberries. Um, but if you notice, there's strawberries, an onion between each strawberry. So we planted the onions just this past weekend. Um, and this is the little garden I was talking about in the other video. It's a 2x4. It's a square foot garden. And right now it has bok choy, radishes, lettuce, more radishes. I can't remember what we put down here. But you can put 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 different items in that little box. And last year we had the cucumbers growing up this side trellis here. And so that, you know, that can be as big as you want it. Or um, a good friend of ours, Rosemary, and another good gardener, son-in-law built these, and they were nice enough to give them to us. So there's one that's, I got nothing but leaves in it right now, and this bigger one um, is. And if you build something that tall, you don't have to fill it all up with dirt. That's an expensive part of this whole thing. Um, you put logs, sticks, branches, whatever, and get it to a point where you're probably filling 8 inches high, which is plenty for most garden vegetables, and you don't have to spend $100 on compost. Um, you know, this is a 10x5, and it's got potatoes, and this is our tomato garden because we do them vertical. There's a row of onions on both sides. I think we got, I don't know, close to 100 onions planted so far. But, you know, we use a lot of onions. So whatever you do, I mean, whatever you grow, um, if you don't like it, don't grow it. But if you love it, grow all you can. Now over there, um, that's garlic. You have to plant that in the fall, and it's looking real good. More shows you how many onions we got planted. All these little squares are onions, and we got snow peas there. And then in our old strawberry bed, we took the strawberries out because they're just getting too old. So now we put potatoes in here also, but we use a lot of potatoes. And so um, anything you can make a box out of, and you don't really need a box if you don't want. I mean, you can just put a dirt. The only thing is, you got to start out. Um, if you build a box, you got to start out with cardboard. You got to put cardboard on the bottom, and that kills all the weeds. You can do it right in the middle of the yard and put cardboard down, put your box on top, and fill it with compost. And you can get compost at Lowe's, or, you know, there's a few big places that have compost, but most stores have it. And so that's your starting point. Before you even think about uh, buying seeds and buying plants and all that. It's too early for that anyway. We can't plant. Our first frost date is first week of May, so um, you have to time these things and not get carried away. Um, Now we're lucky enough to have a greenhouse, and right now there's our potatoes in grow bags, and look like beets, and all of our peppers and tomatoes we already planted just yesterday, and my wife loves doing this part. And snow peas up there, some broccoli, more onions, you know. But we're gonna have to, with doing this now, we're just a little early, and we'll have to. And this is lettuce that we had growing through the winter, and we eat off of it all the time. And radishes are looking a little stringy, but we'll see. And but you have to be prepared, because a lot of plants do not take the cold, do not take a frost, and especially it's tender vegetables. Um, so, you know, this is kind of a get prepared thing. Now we actually map out everything we're going to put in here, which we've changed it 10 times already, but kind of gives you an idea what you need and what you have to buy seeds for. And so think about what you can use for a box, and um, start saving your compost from your Amazon, and go get a couple bags of compost. And we use compost and manure. It's a combination thing from Lowe's or World King or whatever your farm store. Or if you're lucky enough to get it in bulk, that'd be the way to go. But um, can't do that right now. So, but that's kind of where we're at. We're sure excited about this next season. Springtime is here, and but you got all the daffodils blooming over there, and you got vinca just going wild, or myrtle, and then you got our peach tree is all in bloom, and our pear tree is all in bloom, and now they're calling for 17 degrees next week. So, uh, so it's all about being prepared. We're going to try to cover as many things as we can, and daffodil can only take, if it's open, it's going to freeze and die. But we got a whole lot of them that aren't open yet, so hopefully. But you can throw a towel over them, you can throw a neighbor over them. But so that's about where we're at. I'm going to make it simple. I'm not a technical guy, so pretty basic terms. But get your stuff together, and I'll put out another video next week, and we'll get started on what seeds to buy, and what you're looking forward to growing. So from there, we'll say later.